Hello everybody and welcome back to another video review here on the Jurassic Park Podcast YouTube channel. I am Brad Jost, the host of the podcast, and today we're going to be taking a special look at the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. So this is one of the latest items in the Jurassic World Dino Rivals toy line from Mattel. Man, this thing is massive. So we first got our look at this item all the way back at New York Toy Fair. We saw it in person, we saw it in action, and it blew us away back then. And obviously this is going to be a coveted item this season, and I am so glad that we are able to review it for you here today. Now, I don't know if this is coming across in the video, but this is, like I said, it's massive. It is huge. It's certainly one of the biggest theropod dinosaurs outside of the super colossal in size, because that thing is just off the charts. And maybe in terms of length, the Mosasaurus might have it, but this is certainly the biggest dinosaur outside of those. I have been dying to get this thing open, so let's take a look at the box itself before we dive into the review. So like I said, this is the Destroy and Devour. So that means you can destroy everything with this thing by slashing. You can roar at it and chomp and devour the items right into the throat, but not all the way into the stomach like some of your older, your Bull T-Rex or the Super Colossal. Not like that, but straight into the neck here, so that's pretty cool. That's a decent feature. I like it a lot. Now, over here you do have a button for the tail, which actually operates the chomping feature. And up here you have another button for the arm slashing. Now you can see that image in the back actually states 3 times on the back button. I guess it's operating the light, but as I've seen, it actually doesn't necessarily need to be 3 times. I'm not sure what that exactly means, so we'll dive into that a little bit later. And yes, this also does feature the audio of the Indominus Rex as well, so you can see back there it roaring, and then the feature over here as well. Alright, so here on the back, you have the giant image of the Indominus Rex with the light up neck, and it is roaring at Owen down here. You got Blue in the back, ready for the attack. You can also see the slashing feature, and the roar, and of course the devour. Down here in the corner you do have a few different dinosaurs. You have the Colores, Delta I believe, you have the Dracorex, the Proceratosaurus, and the Herrerasaurus. And on the back, you do have the collector's card as well. Now mine, for some odd reason, is upside down. I don't know what's going on there, but it's upside down in there. I don't know. It's a little loose, but it does feel like it is taped in there. I can sort of tell that it has 10 strength. Its speed is an 8. Its intelligence is a 10. And I believe the attack or aggression is a 10 as well. So that's pretty darn good there. That's a 38, which, if I'm correct, I think that's probably the highest rating of any of the dinosaurs so far. This is going to be brutal to take down. I don't know if you're going to take this down in a battle, but for fun, maybe it will lose. Who knows? This, of course, is a Jurassic Facts app dinosaur, so make sure to scan that foot to add it to your collection, because this is amazing. You gotta add this to your collection. But enough of the talking. Let's go ahead and take this thing out of the box. It should be fairly easy. You know what? Of course they gotta clamp down those feet, so it's not gonna be as easy as I thought. Alright, so she's out of the box, and here we have the collector's card. And like I said, you got a 10, an 8, a 10, and a 10, equaling 38, and that's kind of unbeatable right there. As far as the artwork is concerned, it's okay. It's not one of my favorites, but it does represent the dinosaurs, so that's fine. And as always, you have the Dino Rivals logo and the Jurassic World logo. Of course, I got to give out a big welcome to the collection here for the Indominus Rex. Man, this is a wonderful, wonderful dinosaur. I am loving it. I think they have done an amazing job producing this thing. And of course, we've seen other iterations of this creature before, but this one has to be the best. Unquestionably, this is the best iteration of the Indominus Rex. So before we start playing around with it, of course I want to take a look at the sculpt and the paint job itself. The Indominus Rex is such a unique creature because it's unlike anything we've seen in a Jurassic movie before. The way it's sculpted, the way it's positioned, everything about this is so unique. So it's really important to capture that likeness appropriately, and I think they've done a wonderful job. The caverns here on the nose and the beak of this thing, it looks spot on. You've got the two horns up here, the quills going down the back, and these spikes as well. It's the long arms with the quills on the arms. It has the very bird-like feet as well. Everything about this is spot on, and you've got the overbite of the teeth, the orange eye. Maybe the paint job is not as overwhelming as I would like. It's kind of just very dull, and not too dark there in the eyeball and around the face there. But I think they've done a great job at capturing what this animal did look like. Of course, the paint job is a bit interesting on this creature just because it's a camouflaged dinosaur. So it could look like this at some points, and we didn't really get a ton of looks at the white of this dinosaur, but here we have it on display. But I personally love seeing the camouflage versions or the darker versions of this creature on the film. So this head is amazing looking. I love everything about it. I think they've done a wonderful job all the way down the ridge of the nose here to the back of the head. The jaw itself looks very proportional. You have the nose holes up there. You've got everything. The overbite, like I said, on the teeth. The mouth is, of course, you got to have that very, very wide jaw. That is very particular to this dinosaur. So they've done a great job at capturing the spread there that the mouth gets. So that's awesome. So this is a very hard dinosaur. There's not much in the way at all of softer, real feel elements to it. No, it's just very, very hard plastic. Some of this is actually, that's actually pretty hard there. So hopefully you don't play too hard with the kids, because that could hurt. I could see this definitely hurting, but I'm okay with it. I do wish it was a little bit more of a real feel or a little bit softer, but what are you gonna do? I think this is kind of the standard that we need to see these days. But let's go ahead and talk about the posability of this creature, the articulation. We do have a little bit of rotation here in the arms. Now, I do know that these arms do move as well, so they do activate on the electronics there. So you can motion it around. You can extend the arms downward. You can bend them in like that. You can spin them around. And then, like I said, you have that motion with the arms. And it does have that sound effect, which is really cool. I like that as well. Grabbing real low. Or you can position them up high just in case it's got an itch, I guess. But so that's part of the motion there. And like I said, with the neck and the head, the mouth opens, obviously we saw that. The neck does move as well. Now that's due to the tail action as well back here. So when you hold the feet, you can actually do quite a bit in terms of the motion of this thing. And that movement on the neck actually helps to position it and make it look a little bit more realistic. See, it bends it down, but also raises it back up. That's really cool. I like that element to the neck. I know I'm going out of frame there, but you can tell how huge this thing actually is by doing that. You can do both at the same time, of course, as well. Man, that is fun. That is awesome. And of course, these feet do position as well, just in case for a little bit of balance. I'm not necessarily a fan of the swiveling on the feet, but what are you gonna do? They seem to like doing it. The legs do not go in and out like some of the other ones, but I guess that's better for the balance of the creature when you're doing stuff like this. So yeah. But yeah, and then that mouth motion is due to that button on the back. And the arms are up here. That is so cool. So let me actually just stop talking for a second. Let's listen and watch it go in action here. So far this season, they've actually like really done well in terms of playability, whether it's the Primal Pal or the Indominus Rex or the Snap dinosaurs. I think all of them are so much fun to play with, and they're not just a typical dinosaur with some small features. They're actually hugely playable and are great for repeatability if you're playing with kids or yourself. Hey, I like playing with these things as well. But, no review would be complete without comparing this to the other dinosaurs that we've seen before. So let's go ahead and take a look. Alright, so here we have the Hasbro Indominus Rex. You have the Jurassic World logo on the side, kind of old school, like the old JP Toys used to do. This thing does have a bit of the real feel element to it, which I do appreciate, to be honest. I haven't always hated this thing. I think it was probably one of the best items that Hasbro created for Jurassic World, so I was very appreciative of this item because of that. It does have a little bit of electronics in there, and it has this really cool motion to it, which I do very much like. And I do like the sound effects as well. They do still work. The proportions, of course, are a bit odd, and they do make for an oddly balanced creature that doesn't always like to stand up. This position is as good as I can get for it to stand up. So yeah, it does also have the light up feature, so I don't really know what's up with the Indominus Rex and needing to light up. It's kind of an odd feature, but I'm welcome to it. I'm glad there's something unique about it. This thing, of course, has a very, very rubbery head and all. And I don't know. I kind of like that about it. I know it's not great or wonderful or anything, and it has also very hard plastic in the back, which is very similar to that. But this is not the worst toy in the world. I actually do very much like this thing, outside of, all the screw holes. So what are you going to do? There's a lot of screw holes. Mattel has done a wonderful job at not giving you really much in terms of screw holes on these things. So there's nothing on this side, of course, and nothing over here as well. So you do have a little bit maybe on the bottom. Yeah, right there. You have the one screw hole on the bottom for the speaker. But that's about it. There's nothing else really all that visible. So I think the scale is pretty proportionate here because we do know the Indominus Rex was a bit bigger than the T-Rex. So it's kind of validated right there. This is like my favorite T-Rex of the smaller scale and outside of the Super Colossal. So I think this works perfectly up against this Indominus Rex. It looks wonderful. So I don't know about you guys, but I've always envisioned the Spinosaurus being a much bigger creature than the Indominus Rex. Maybe I'm wrong there, but that's just always the way I've seen it. So this feels a little bit undersized to me, but I do like the way they stack up against each other. It does make for a good brawl, I would think. Now here we have the Indominus Rex and a gyrosphere. Inside you have Owen and Claire and these two mercenaries right here. So let's see how this thing fares against them. So when these guys are going to task here against the Indominus Rex, they're no match whatsoever. So they'll shoot at it. Which you're not getting any of that at all. So yeah, you can see it does kind of get lost in there a little bit. It does stick out a tad. And apparently I'm hitting like an electronic feature there, I guess. Crunching, maybe? Yeah, that's awesome. Whoop! Oh, this is so awesome. I love this. Can almost like hold it, but it won't actually hold on to it. But I do love this smashed gyrosphere, so this is perfect against the Indominus Rex. Come on, get away, get away, get away, get away! And look at how good that thing stands automatically. I just set it down and it worked perfect. I love this thing so much. But of course, this really wouldn't be complete without a guest appearance here, so take it away. Yeah, the Mosasaurus is a bit bigger than the Indominus Rex, so you could see how that thing could take it down in a fight. But there you have it. That is our look at the Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex from Mattel with their Dino Rivals toy line. I absolutely love it. From the sculpt, the paint job's fine, the color is cool in the neck there when it lights up. The actions are awesome. Playability, I give this thing a 10. It's amazing. I love it. I hope you guys get a chance to pick it up. I got mine from Entertainment Earth. It should also be available at some point on Amazon. Hopefully we'll see this in stores at some point, so good luck to everybody out there. I wish you all a ton of luck tracking this thing down. But of course, make sure to follow us online. Go to our website, JurassicParkPodcast.com, where you can find all of our stuff over there. You can follow us on Twitter at Jurassic Park Pod, on Instagram and Facebook at Jurassic Park Podcast. Here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe, like this video, share it around, comment below. Let me know, what do you think of this thing? Will you be picking it up? Do you have it already? I'd love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and enjoy.